let's see where the market supply comes from. Now, supply comes from the producer's point of view. Supply is the producer's willingness and ability to sell. I know you're a bit tired of writing, sorry. Just watch and enjoy. You can go home and go through it again. It's being taped. So, to see whether a producer is willing and able to sell, I'll warn you in advance, you will need 4 of these. Now, we're looking at the short run and the long run. In the short run, at least one resource is fixed, all other resources are variable. The simplest assumption is assume that capital is fixed, but labor can be varied. As I increase my labor, my output will begin to increase. So if I'm a firm, I'm trying to produce output with a fixed resource. Increasing labor will increase output, but it won't increase output at a linear rate. Initially, output increases at an increasing rate. Why? Due to specialization. Then, after a certain point, output begins to increase at a decreasing rate. Why? We've got a fixed resource. Now, you've got more workers trying to crowd around a fixed machine. So the extra output begins to get smaller and smaller. Output begins to increase at a slow rate. We call that the total product curve. So the total product curve has this unusual shape, initially increasing at an increasing rate, specialization, then increasing at a decreasing rate because of our fixed resource, the capital. Now, if you invert that, you will get the variable cost of the firm. The shape of that curve also gives you the total variable cost. We'll just draw it on the side. To produce more output, it will cost me more money. My cost increases as output increases. My total variable cost curve has this particular shape. The curvature comes from the total product curve. To that, we add our fixed cost, which parallel shifts my total variable cost curve to give me the total cost curve. The vertical distance is the total fixed cost. Again, our aim is to see where in the world the supply curve came from. The supply curve is actually your marginal cost curve. So initially, cost is increasing at a decreasing rate. So your marginal cost is actually going down. Why? Because cost is increasing at a very slow rate. So your extra cost is actually falling. After a certain point, cost begins to increase at an increasing rate, so your marginal cost begins to rise. So your marginal cost curve has this J shape. Initially, cost is increasing at a decreasing rate, then cost is increasing at an increasing rate. From your tutorial questions, all marginal cost is the slope of the total cost curve. Marginal cost is U-shaped or J-shaped. Average variable cost, average total cost is also U-shaped. You just need to make sure that it turns at its minimum. The marginal cost curve above the average variable cost curve is the firm's supply curve in perfect competition. The supply curve is not the entire marginal cost curve, but the supply curve is just the portion of the marginal cost curve above average variable cost. Again, that's only for one firm. If you have another firm, firm B, firm A, and you add the two together, you get the market supply curve. The horizontal sum of individual supply curves gives you the market supply curve. Each marginal cost curve above the ABC curve is the supply of that firm. You add every single firm's supply above ABC to get the market supply. And then finally, we bring the demand and the supply together in what we call the different market structures.